Hello, hello. Getting started. Just a teeny bit late. Hopefully that's not too terrible.
Tavia?
Oh no.
Oh no, Tavisita.
I heard the
It
full
could have been Tavi.
name.
It could have been the husband. I don't know.
Jacobsworth, I think, is
You still
up
did
here.
the full name though.
Jacobsworth right there.
We're in.
Lady of Summer is at the very end here. Oh, no. Larkshine.
I know Ink is here. I just don't know if Ink is alive.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm
Tess, you
I'm more or less functional. I'm just trying to get the map prepped for.
Sounds good.
Lemon Dandy.
Tess,
Yes.
you are Rox, and Leia is
Oh.
Maureen.
Oh.
If you wanted to change, it's up to you.
Well, of course I'm going to change.
Of course.
There we go.
Just thought I'd
I
let
am
you
now
know.
Zephiel.
There we go.
I'm now Jem.
Good.
And I'm
They,
You are always mayor.
Lemon Dandy. Where are
You
you?
have been mayor since the raft days.
Lemon Dandy. There we go. Liverstone. Long Barricant. Well, they just happen to be right next to each other. Good job. Maiden Sorrow.
that'll do.
Mary's Breath. Meek Dew. Where are you? Meek Dew.
All right. Let's see. Hello, it's DnD night.
It is indeed.
Hello.
Mm-hmm. Hello.
Okay.
Hola.
So,
Oh.
last session, you escaped the chaos at the Afterlife Casino.
It was great.
The chaos that you caused. You did not get the chance to give the suitable mockery to the recently unveiled Diabolus and scammer and all-around douchebag of a villain for the episode.
I've
But
done
you
a pretty good job of humiliating him.
I'd say
Yeah,
he's enough humiliated by how bad things went for him.
Yeah, but you didn't get the chance to do the closing rant. We all know how that part of the flow goes. You know,
True.
it's not quite the same. That said, having done so, the scam victim Verity Kai was super thankful and helped cover a variety of pieces. So let's see.
I was so out of it last time we did this that I totally forgot what our rewards were from that. So yes, I would appreciate a reminder.
Okay, having basically, having returned the gold to the theft victim, plus some bonuses, your particular finds that you would have gained the stats after returning would include. Among other bonus thefts you got your hands on, you would have gotten 500 gold each, in addition to what Verity was seeking returned. That may already be accounted for, so if you're over 500, it was probably already accounted for. And the Golden Vault was quick to offer an additional reward of one uncommon magic item apiece for each of you as well.
Okay.
If you have not selected that yet, feel free to start doing your research
Yeah.
during
haven't.
this.
Could
during-
I possibly get a link?
I got it.
Thank you. But all right.
Remember,
I'm trying to
filter
remember what I was looking at.
all sources, common and uncommon.
And I didn't even need to throw a weasel.
Damn, that would have been good at the surface.
I know, right? Okay, so
All right.
uncommon.
Yes. Go with the Token Slayer.
So it says common or uncommon, or just uncommon?
Specifically uncommon, because common is usually non-magic, or it's like healing potions.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
There are a few common items that might be worth it, but most of
Ooh.
it.
Most of what you'd want is uncommon. So,
Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay, I think I'm good. I think I have it.
okay, hold, please. As I
That's
was
fine.
trying to say earlier, before I kind of got ran over, I'm going to go over each person in turn, and you can reveal the item you are trying to get your hands on, and then also what you've been up to in the full 10-day of downtime you've had since then, before you are next receive the usual calls to the Dark Dancer. Okay,
Mhm.
Archivist first.
Oh, jeez. I don't.
You've had. You're not used to the prospect of time off, huh?
Nope.
Time off. What the hell is that?
What do you mean? What do you mean? You don't spend all your time in a library sorting things? Or just reading through things? Oh, jeez. Oh, honestly, yeah, since we are in Waterdeep, which presumably does have at least one public library.
Let's see. I know.
Then...
There. Let's see. Quickly looking up sources. All right. The Font of Knowledge, a temple of Ogma, is known as the Grand Library, established in the late 14th century Day of Reckoning, around a century ago, and still maintained at this time. Rumors have it that it has occasionally drawn attention from no less than Halaster Blackcloak, the legendary Mad Mage, the Lord of Undermountain, blah blah blah.
Oh, that weird fuck.
Tidal wave.
Notably, There's been a variety of potential things that have occurred over the years. It's had over a century of history, but notably, it is a very large library. And if you have particular topics you would like to see the kinds of things you might find, I'm going to say take it to PMs in case some of the stuff relates to the character spoilers.
Yeah. Okay.
So, yeah, if you give me IMs, I can pass ideas what you may have found quietly. But basically, you've been devoting the 10-day to that. How much? And I will ask a follow-on question. Armed with a small ton of money,
Armed with a small.
how much money are you putting into your lifestyle? Like, I'll give you the broad tiers once I scroll to the right part
Yeah.
of the book. Lifestyle expenses is basically accommodations, food, drink, that sort of stuff. Let's see. You can go anywhere from spending absolutely nothing and being a level of hobo that would make Yuri Lowell look at you in shame.
Yuri Lowell usually stays in an inn, after all.
Yes. A modest life cycle would keep you out of the slums, able to maintain equipment. One of the older parts of town, or with a room at a boarding house, inn, or temple. You've got your food, you got your water, your living conditions are essentially clean. Pretty typical for a student or the other kind of people who might frequent the library. If you that would be 1 gold per day, so over this you would need to spend 10 gold to cover those expenses. And that could allow you to rent a cloister within the temple library as well. So that would be so if you were truly trying to hobo in, that would be a good way to do it. Well, not hobo, but go hard in. I need a quick minute. I can still hear you, but you won't be able to hear me while I go fix a nail.
Okay. I think at least as far as during the night time, Archivist wouldn't really want to be too far from Mitney.
Midnay's down for the. It's clean. It's safe. I don't remember what we were talking about exactly.
Thank you for the 15 months, babe. Jeez.
Basically in the library. Rent a room right in/near the library.
It is down.
Archivist is going to be hanging out. All right.
Okay. So, in that case, I'm actually going to pivot to Mitney next. Do you know? Oh wait, Archivist first. Do you know what magic item you're going for?
I'm between 2 of them.
Do tell.
If you want peanut gallery.
Yeah, I'm looking at. Well, actually, I'm kind of between 3. Yeah. There's the Cloak of Elvenkind, which.
Super hiding. Super hiding, in other words.
Yeah. Which would be helpful. There's the Psi Crystal, which, if I remember correctly, let's me use telepathy. And then my the slippers of spider climbing because I love that. I just love that item so much.
I mean, it's a classic. Alright, I'm going to say that the Psi Crystal is going to take some extra effort. It might not be ready in time for the next job. It will be a reward after you clear your next... It can be attained after your next scenario. Psionic items as a whole can be trickier to find, especially to find within the resources available immediately that the Golden Vault's willing to invest in you at the immediate time. Let's see. Spider climb, you already have one person who's very good at that, which Jamisha has the I Go Where I Want enhancement. But your choice, really.
Multiple spider climb is never up.
Yeah.
Yeah, in this case, I'd say flip a coin because both are useful.
Yeah, both are real good.
And don't forget that this item requires attunement, so you can't be casually passing it between each other.
Oh yes, of course.
Unlike in Baldur's Gate 3, where I routinely pass the item I'm choosing between my party members.
Well, yes, that attunement doesn't work as well in a video game.
Also, for the record, I will. I know that there's the attunement limit of 3. Moving away from the mic a little bit. No. I hope that was clearly audible.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very no. Alright. So, while you finalize your choice, since it's come up already, Midnay, what have you been up to, and what lifestyle tier have you been going for?
Midnay would have been bunking with Archivist, so there's that kind of lifestyle tier.
So, both of you appear to be going for modest, so each of you please consume 10 gold.
10 gold. Gotta find where I put.
And does that mean you've also been heavily exploiting the library?
I would say moderately exploiting the library and also visiting any bar that I can get into.
There's a lot of bars in Baldur's Gate. I mean,
there's a lot of bars. Every night I'm hitting up a different one.
Okay.
Are you making any friends?
Mostly to people watch.
But hey, if anyone else
So not bringing any friends.
I mean,
sad.
Oh.
I'd go. I'm gonna have fun with my friends.
Are you sure you want to go drinking with a dwarf?
I didn't say I was gonna drink.
You're going to a bar. You're going to a bar, and this isn't the 21st century. That would get you glared at. Just saying.
Well, fine. I'll nurse one drink.
Toward the end of the week, yes, Midnay will invite party members.
Okay, towards the end of the week. Cool. I want to hang out with people sometimes.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
All right.
I'm
at least gonna spend one day in the week hanging out in the library. At least one day.
So all right.
Coin flip says.
So
flippers.
Archivist is going to have, and feel free to note this someplace. I'm going to say Archivist can tag 5 questions that would require research that you can PM me and I'll send you answers. Midnay, as you're putting some time into it, I'm going to give you 3 such questions. And since it's already come up, Jamisha, first off, if you're going to be taking some time in the library, you have 2 questions. You can PM me after the fact, and if they're scholarly answerable, I will give you what you can figure out. Especially since you may have Archivist and Midnay's help, you will not require a roll for answers. though I may tell you that you're just not going to be able to get an answer on something.
Okay.
So, and since that started your turn, what have you been up to?
I'm gonna try to hang out with everybody.
Woo!
Just
So-
rolling around with people?
Yeah, so I'm gonna spend like a day with Zeph, and a day with Arya, and a day with Clayton, and a day with Meatman, and a day with Archivist.
You might want to invest in a decanter of endless water then.
You know,
No.
and I forgot
I'm
to ask
thinking-
Meatnay what your
Yeah.
magic item's going to be.
Yeah, go.
I was gonna say another alchemy. No, I would like a necklace of adaptation.
Okay, no challenge there. That is directly approved. For the record of the other players, that gives you can breathe normally in any environment and gives you advantage against the likes of Cloud Kill and Stinking Cloud, inhaled poisons, and even certain breath weapons of certain dragon. So, I don't think that's supposed to include underwater, but I'm probably going to count that. So,
Okay.
yeah. I guess say underwater, unless I find
Any
a source
environment
otherwise.
it says, so I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind
It
of.
is up to you.
I'm going to go ahead and say that you can use it for water. Well, let's see. Unless.
Look, D&D
Breathe-
has always been about nitpicky. It doesn't say not underwater, so I think that works.
Yeah, and I'm going to agree as water breathing is also an uncommon. I was checking. If it was a higher tier effect, I'd say it wouldn't include water breathing, but as it is the same tier, Necklace of DM's ruling, Necklace of Adaptation includes water breathing.
Thumbs up.
So,
I'm gonna see if I can figure out how to put that in there.
I'm gonna have to leave
if you
that.
drag the item from the compendium onto your character
Yeah.
sheet, it'll give you the notes, and you can just, and then inside there'll be a big text block, and you can just slip including underwater per DM ruling.
Okay.
Okay, Jamisha. So if you're kind of going around social butterflying, also this is probably the most money you've not only had but seen in your life in proximity to your person, as opposed to I need to get this for the job. How crazy are you going with the expenditures?
To be honest, I'd almost probably be scared to use it. I just like having it.
Okay.
Oh, you're one of those.
I'm very Parker-esque in this way. Mostly because I've never had so much, so I really don't know what to do with it. So I'm definitely thinking. I've been looking for one thing I want for my magical thing. I'm probably going to be spending my money, to be honest, on upgrading my gear and weapons. That's probably going to be the investment I make. So if I'm going to go crazy with the money, it's going to be to improve my gear and my weapon.
Apologies for the interruption.
So,
we had a new subscription. I was not expecting. Bliss Authority, thank you so much. They had a question though. Wait, are these the Dark Dancers, owners of the Dark Dancer Dome, or am I thinking of a different campaign?
This is yes, Talia. This is the same campaign I got the permissions for the characters for.
Thank you for allowing me the interruption for that reason.
So yes, if you want to cue the channel to come take a poke, yes. And we thank you dearly for the subscription.
Thanks.
All right. Yeah. I've kind of slipped them off of the immediate screen, but if you scroll a little southeast, you'll still see them. So I'm going to say that you're probably targeting like a either modest or even poor lifestyle, given that. Tanisha. Super simplistic food and lodgings, not bothering with clothing upgrades unless you choose to devote some money specific.
Yeah, I want not clothing, just armor and stuff. I'll probably stay at a pretty low key inn with
Yeah.
low key food, or stay at a place where other people are staying, so we can share the price.
Mhm.
All right. I'm gonna
I'll
say
that I'm staying where Clayton is staying, unless Clayton's staying somewhere that's too rich for my blood.
I was gonna say you probably don't want to stay where Clayton's gonna be staying.
Okay, then never mind.
yeah. So I'm gonna
You certainly can.
say
Ari's
with
probably going to, but
some efficiencies, going basic on food, I'm gonna say on the order of 5 gold or 2 to 5 gold. Pick an amount and take that out, and then signal to me your magic item selection, please.
I had it and now I've lost it. So I don't remember his name because I was going through him.
Do you remember the effect?
I remember. Paper birds.
ooh, that's a pretty good one.
The paper bird. Okay.
I want paper bird because we were talking about how we can't communicate with each other while we were doing things. So I thought, well, if there's a paper bird and we can send notes to each other, that'll work.
Yep. All right. Okay. I'm
So
going
it's
to
1d6
say.
plus 3 sheets, so not a whole lot of them, but still.
I'm going to say actually, you will get 10 sheets of paper bird, pre-prepared paper bird.
What?
So,
Word up.
so yeah, that's that resource will hopefully give you some. Use judiciously. That should cover you until you guys can get a longer term item.
Clayton, I'm also going to note that you want to keep judicious note of if you use these on the job, because if you do, we get them reimbursed.
Mm.
I purposely got them for the job.
Yes, but if you don't keep note of it, we might not get reimbursed for them.
Oh, okay.
Whenever you use expendable magic item, get a receipt.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Mira blinks a little at this line of discussion for the record.
Honestly, she shouldn't be surprised anymore.
Probably not, but she still is.
I'm just gonna look at her like, what?
Okay.
Like, what? There's a reason you hired us. I'm thinking outside the box.
Okay, Clayton and Ari, since I know that whatever happens, you two are likely to be buddied up.
Clayton has 3 things of note to discuss. First of all, for lodgings, he wants not a top-of-the-line rich person's hotel, but he wants a place where he'll be comfortable and waited on. So, medium to slightly extravagant. In. Good food, good company, don't ask questions.
All right. What kind of... So you're kind of leaning more towards possibly even the wealthy tier, which would run you 40 gold over the period.
Correct, yes.
Okay.
And that will also see to Buddy and probably Holly's estate claim. Clayton takes care of himself.
All right. Yep. You have the horses. Yep. Ari, are you matching Clayton, or are you going more just for comfortable?
If we go together, that's 20 gold as opposed to 40. Well,
you could have invited me instead of scaring me off.
I'd happily invite you, but I did warn you, I'm going to be spending money.
Like, what? That's not a lot. I have 300. This is the most amount of gold I've ever seen in my life.
500.
500.
500!
You have 500, but bear in mind, what Clayton is doing, he's going to be spending most of his money.
That's fine, but to stay at a place that's like 20 gold a night because I'm splitting it?
No, that's 20 gold over the 10-day.
Yeah.
No, oh my god, it's 20 gold over the 10 days. It's nothing!
I mean, if you want to come along with that, by all means, I'm sure Ink will let you.
Ari would be like... Okay, because that was also less than I was expecting too. So Ari would even be like, yeah, come with us, Jamisha. and Zeph, of course, if Zeph is down for it.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Okay. Yeah, we
That
get to
means-
live in a little bit of luxury after experiencing, a pretty
Well,
luxurious
that's-
My
casino.
eyes will be humongous. If only stolen from places like this.
Exactly. Oh, I need to go back to
I'm like
chat.
going, look at me. I'm actually spending money rather than stealing it. This is amazing.
It is amazing, isn't it? Yeah. Excuse me.
Yep.
Okay, so,
Did Clayton say what he wanted yet?
so for the second thing, that will be Clayton's magic item. He was going to go for gloves of thievery.
No.
I'm just going to point to the two Rin's chat.
Corn, bird up. Wait, no, that's wrong. On the same radio station that brings up turn undead for what?
Oh my
As I
god,
was
this beer.
saying, we were going to be doing gloves of thievery.
There was one.
Had a barb devil, or whatever the hell it was. I throw it out. Periactive wound closure.
Hey,
Oh, that makes sense. But you know which one I thought of? I thought of you when I saw it.
Yes.
Un momento. I'm gonna. I have to open it again. I'm sorry. So I can find it again.
What
Okay,
did you do?
perioperative wound closure.
It
is
was
easy
a
enough to-
flamethrower.
I was thinking about that one too.
It was pyro something.
Pyro
Pyro
converger.
converger.
What? Checking the. That. Oh. Oh, of course.
I
It's
saw
is
it, and I'm like,
Yeah.
going, oh, I should get one of these as a present for Clayton.
Oh no.
But it might be too much money, so I'm like going, that's probably
I'm
better
going to
for
say it. That one's actually harder to get for a different reason. If you look at it's on Guildmaster's Guide to Ravnica.
Yes. Ravnica. I can tell
is-
by is it made. I've played Magic. I know what it is.
So the alternative is the circlet of blasting. Do you just want scorching ray?
It's safer.
We're
It
tempting.
is safer.
We're so tempting him.
Yeah.
But all right. So I have lost track. So Clayton, you're going to go for the perioperative wound closing. Which that severely enhances stabilizing if you get pushed to the limit.
Yeah.
Be aware it doesn't guarantee your safety if you're downed because you can still be forced to fail death throws from
absolutely,
being
but-
hit. But
At this point, it will enable me to double my healing received and not immediately die.
double your healing received on a rest. But yeah,
Well, the thing says anytime you regain HP, you get double.
perioperative wound closer, Dungeon Master's Guide. Whenever you roll a hit die to regain hit point.
Oh.
So that's a rest. Yeah. No, if it doubled all healing, it'd be worth a hell of a. That would be like rare or very rare.
Well, it's still useful for the reason I want it.
Yeah. So, doubling all incoming healing would be that would be bonkers for tanks. Okay, Ari, what item are you
wait.
going?
We forgot. Oh wait, no, you're going for Ari's item. Yes, by all means.
Well, I also wanted to talk about, hanging out with others. At the very least, I know Jamisha's wants to hang out for at least a day with us.
Oh, that's going to be the third thing that Clayton's going to be bringing up. But yes, Ari's.
Okay.
Thing.
Yeah.
I lost my train of thought.
Spending time with people.
Spending time with people, yes.
Yeah, but
Ari's mostly going to be spending time with people as opposed to doing anything in particular. He might work on a couple of projects on the side, but for the most part, he's it would be nice to get to know these people more
my crew,
because my crew, because we're obviously in it for the long haul now.
Apparently so.
You don't have to say it like you're so bored. That's
No,
Oh,
it's just
jeez.
more of a.
What do you mean? I always sound like this.
At least for Ari, it's more of a surprise tone because he's usually it's been him and Clayton and no one else for so long that he's surprised that anyone is willing to stick around them.
I
He
don't
did.
find you that insufferable.
Oh, good.
Pats Zev's head.
Mm.
I think at one point though he will kind of have a moment of being a little obvious. I think about a certain someone,
Mm-hmm.
not directly towards them, but there will be a moment where he'll ask Jamisha. Hey Jamisha, I'm just curious. What do you think
Yeah.
of Zeph?
me theme. And then leans close. In what way?
I mean, does that thing where he like looks away, just fidgets. I not. I mean, I'm not trying to think of anything towards them, and I think I just shoved my
We
foot in my mouth.
we need to actually play this out, not just suggest we're gonna play it out. So we're gonna put a pin in this, and you have to tell Ink what you want for your
Okay.
wondrous item.
How about hat of disguise?
Hey, that's easy enough for a organization that emphasizes thievery methodologies to get their hands on. So yeah, that's feel free to add that directly.
Nice.
Okay.
Are you gonna join the turtle club?
Turtle Club.
Any further notes before I advance to last but not least?
Well, Clayton
No.
still has his last thing.
Okay. Played it.
Well, Ari, was there anything else first?
Just the conversation with Jamisha.
Okay, like I said, Clayton is going to be spending most of his money because, of course, he fucking does.
Okay, so you're going like beyond what we would what the game would classify as a wealthy lifestyle if you pull in that.
No. This is actually separate from resting and.
Okay.
No.
Right.
The wealthy is for the inn. No, for the 10-day, Clayton is going to be renting a workshop, well ventilated, a little bit of room for explosions. He's going to be buying materials so he can work on his fireworks, and probably blow himself up a few times.
Okay.
Fireworks in quotation.
Fireworks, quote unquote.
No, it's actually fireworks. He does make bombs, but he has a business making and selling fireworks.
Okay, so let's see. So I'm going to say that to do this, renting your getting your hands on a lab rental, a suitable workshop, I'd say for the 10-day, you can pull that for 5 gold. And feel free to note that down as a future recurable expense, unless you choose to try and flat out purchase a building, which unfortunately you're going to discover will easily run a couple thousand.
Yeah. Clayton knows that this is a rental thing until he gets more money.
So you get a even bigger score. Okay.
And he's not skimping on insurance.
Okay. So yeah, let's say on the order of 15 gold for the 10-day, accounting for alchemical tier insurance. They might not know that you're capable of gunpowder, but they know. But when you describe yourself as a fireworks business, they put the risk tier gets bumped a bit.
Yeah.
If you do not already have a set of alchemist supplies, purchasing one at 50 gold, and we'll call that.
I believe I have.
Double check that, please.
Alchemist supplies, I do.
Okay. In that case, if you are, I'm going to say that between the profit from selling the fireworks to people I presume you're going to be favoring selling the fireworks to people you're legally allowed to sell it to, which includes, for example, town authorities for potential upcoming events.
Correct. He knows that he needs to seek a license for explosives and distribution. So
the real role here is you're trying to get yourself all licensed up. Yeah, I'm going to say that between expenditure that starts you off and the licensing, etc., I'm going to say that costs you another 50. But after that, you are going to be able to. You can choose to devote days during this downtime or future to getting fireworks together to sell, and each a day of work will get you, let's say, 5 gold profit, and let you recharge your supply of. And additionally, you can prep a modest amount of operational explosives, as it were.
Yes. Which is
So
basically
basically,
what I was going for. That's actually less than I was expecting. I was expecting closer to 100 or 200.
yeah. So
As long as the property owners know that there's going to be kabooms.
that's what the insurance is for.
Mm,
All right, so
No clue.
between in 50 gold for permitting, that'll actually leave my money about where it is. That's not bad.
All right.
Okay.
So yeah, how quickly you will build a reputation as the best explosives expert in town is going to be a potentially standing question and a potentially standing complication.
Mm-hmm. Well,
But
like I said, Gladen's big thing is he wants to be known as the fireworks guy.
yep, we'll see how that reputation builds in time. Speaking of reputation, Zephiel Valmer.
Hello.
They've managed to largely avoid getting into trouble for the tier they put into the satire from last time. Though they were somewhat aggressively recommended to this guild, which surprisingly seems to have actually worked out.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me, are you who is your target still Dame Renate Kisseller?
Why
Or
not?
do you...
She just
Oh!
handles it so well.
Oh dear!
turning my mic off for a minute.
And are you going to do this at the Dark Dancer, or are you going to hit other pubs around the city? Because you know the Dark Dancer is one that she specifically is occasionally seen at.
Probably going to just go around to other pubs because the Dark Dancer's probably already heard it.
Yeah, and you do know that the Desponas were a little concerned, but Hellwind did find some of it quite funny. Lady Hellwind. So,
it's not my fault they don't have a sense of humor.
no, it's more like they were worried about Renate's sense of humor about this, because,
No, well, I mean more like Renate.
oh yeah.
Not my fault she don't got a sense of humor.
Well, yeah, she's literally originated with me starting from Rita Bordio XP and constructing backwards. Right down to the parents horribly killed in an incident now 12 years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think I'd make fun of that.
Good call! But if
No,
you're going...
I would be more
Nobility.
going off of
procedures
like
the ass.
nobility and nobility, you know, just general nobility and political shit.
Yeah, well, yeah, especially with her being a high-profile member of the Watchful Order of Magus and Protectors, the Black Staff Academy, and, you know, the town's ambassador to friggin' Luskin, which was a functionally, well, I would say enemy nation, but the spellplight kind of has left it fucked for the last century. It was the enemy for a long time and still doesn't have the greatest rep, so being the ambassador to that definitely is potential fuel for targeting. With that said, I want you to roll me 3 performance check
Ooh, love that.
and 1 flat d20.
Alright, well, I will roll the d20. And 3 performance checks? 3 of them?
3 of them in total.
Okay. Performance. Normal roll.
Yeah, nope. None of the 3 have advantage.
Nice. Normal. That's
These
pretty
are-
good. Performance again. Oh my god. What is my luck?
If I had a nickel for every time I've had seen 2 16s in a row like that, this week, I'd have 2 nickels.
Which isn't a lot, but
It's weird that it's happened
weird
twice.
that it's happened twice.
Okay, 16, 16, 13. Okay. And related question.
Yes.
Are you choosing to haunt and thus probably wind up spending money at fancier tier places? That is more like, or lower tier, or lower class type joints in general?
I'll probably just go to the lower class joints.
Okay. I am going to say that you are politely advised not to bring this routine to the yawning portal by the owner. He knows what your routine, and he also knows that Renate's reputation at the portal is actually relatively good, so it wouldn't shine well there. This
No
means that
problemo.
your luck check does not mean that the worst of your 3 performances happens to be the one that the lady sees. You,
Eventually she'll get a sense of humor.
possibly, but at the moment, what you observe from the corner of your amused eye, as you get decent applause and a paycheck sufficient to cover, and enough payout to cover the expenses, so you will have a comfortable lifestyle covered for free for for this 10-day essentially. 0 gold spent. Yeah, Renate's eye is just absolutely twitching, but it seems that she is not enraged this time. You have not crossed lines this time around, and you even do see her snickering at a couple particular references to the most notorious Lord of Luskin.
Wonderful.
For just to be absolutely clear to everyone, Darlaxel.
Have any of you decided to attend my performances? I'd like to know.
Of course.
Yeah,
Sure.
work
Don't shut
husband.
If invited, when not blown up, Clayton will likely attend 1 or 2.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You do get a note, a politely worded note, that that particular routine, the one where you make jokes about John Axel, is never to be performed in front of a Captain Zardoz Zord, and no, you do not get to know why.
I'm just gonna, you know what? I'm gonna believe it.
And I think at least one of the other players knows why that is the response that she got. Do not say. Okay?
And this
Just
is this is somebody that I would be able to tell at a glance who they are, correct? Or is this someone that I wouldn't know, or I would have to like find out who they are?
Here, I'm just going to get you the artwork. I'm just going to get you the artwork, and I'm going to post it in the NSFW channel, which should alert you unto itself.
Oh,
Oh.
no.
I was gonna
Okay, that
show it,
explains a lot.
but-
All
And
right.
yes, that outfit is in fact a reference
That
to the 1970s
absolutely
film
is. Yeah.
of the same name.
Oh dear.
Jesus.
Zarda. Yes, Wizards of the Coast went there in official art.
I mean, it's not that NSFW It feels more like it's not safe for your eyes.
I would agree with that sentiment overall. And
Not
you don't
safe
know
for
that we
life.
have that is the outfit Sean Connery wore once.
Hmm.
Yeah, not
Yeah.
safe for life. Not safe for life.
Leiden is not worth Fleming. Yeah. Okay, so congratulations, you've actually gotten away with that for once.
Woohoo!
Um,
I knew eventually
virtually,
they'd be okay with it.
or at least going to put up with it with a slightly more sensically worded warning.
Hmm.
Okay.
Persistence is key.
All right.
But
Let's
otherwise, I
see.
am just hanging out with people whenever they want to hang around me. And did you need to know my magic item?
Yes, I do.
I got you. I'm getting the Rhythm Maker's drum.
Nice.
Plus, okay, you will be able to get your hands on it at +1.
Yep.
This grants +1 bonus to spell attack rolls and bard saving throw DCs.
Mm-hmm.
1 bardic inspiration recharge per day. In this case, dawn to dawn.
Mm-hmm.
And
And since I am proficient in
I'm also going
instruments,
to say you can get that in an arbitrary instrument. So you can choose to get it as a rhythm maker's lute instead, if that's more your preference.
yeah, I'll take it as a loot. I think because I think that's the
Okay.
best weapon, the best instrument that they have.
Okay.
That's the one they're best with.
Yep. So feel free to add that item description in. I know that is not an SRD item, so you are going to have to slip into your character sheet's configuration tab to set your spell attack bonus and I think save DC bonus.
Okay, so do I put this in like the features and traits or?
No, you're actually going to go to, so there's like the core bio spells, then there's a 4th tab with a gear icon.
Yes.
You need to put the item into your items bin, of course, but
Item spin. Okay.
as
Let me
normal.
see if I can get that here.
Yeah, but I see you on the config. Yeah, you.
I don't know what to do.
Okay, you got your global magic attack modifier and spell save DC mod on the upper left of the tab you're on. So set both of those to 1.
Wait, what? Hold on. What? One more time.
On the upper left of the tab you are on,
Okay.
set your global magic attack modifier and spell save DC mods both to 1.
1. Spell save DC. 1.
Yep. And then in core, you're going to need to scroll down to your equipment and add. Oh, right. And feel free to drop the Afterlife Casino chips unless you're keeping them as a trophy and add 5 gold if you'd rather.
Yeah, I'd rather use the money. So that can just be deleted.
Lock
Valid.
icon on the bottom, followed by will open the delete option.
Delete. And
Cool.
then 5 gold, so 369. Nice.
And we will.
And then we need to add the +1 loot. I'm gonna. You know what? You got this. You seem to have this.
Yeah, this is one of those things I just let Ink do because I break it.
I probably would too.
Okay. Okay. So let's see. Those are accounted for. That's accounted for. So that. Oops. So as I quickly account for this, okay, your performance checks with it are at +1, so I've updated that part accordingly. And I'm adding a resource.
Resource?
For your BIV charges, which I'll mark as restoring all long rest. So,
Cool.
all right. So,
I probably can set my spells, my spell slots and stuff back.
really.
I mean, I
And at
only
this,
used one.
so Archivist and Bitney, since you've got, so I see the first question from Archivist has been quietly passed. I'm going to get with both of you in a PM post session.
Okay.
Because there's some, and at this point, you will be contacted. So, you've been, it's a Dark Dancer. You've been told to arrive here, but interestingly, Nira is not here tonight. And before the first possibility you can think of, other than her, would show up, no, it is not Dame Casella either. As you gather in your corner, I look up if I have a token for this particular individual. Of course, I've got to go through my. Mert the Moneylender is a well-known individual in Waterdeep, being, one of the Open Lord, one of the other well-known lord of the town. He is he is pretty much as notorious as you get, and he's very much seems to like it that way. There are rumors connecting him to a variety of to all manner of organizations, both beneficent and nefarious in their respective intentions. Okay, and I'm just gonna copy this into the. Yep. Okay.
Oh, that's a lot.
Yeah, Mert is notoriously a individual of girth.
No, I was talking about the price.
Oh,
Panda. It's okay.
Sad
I figured it was
panda.
gonna end up being too much, but I'm like, I was trying to figure out
that
how.
that item is one you would be able to use.
Okay, cool. So I'll just keep it in mind for the future.
Yep.
Mostly I want to just eventually, when it's my turn, to like get myself some better armor and stuff.
I forgot to mention when I was doing my thing, I would also like to buy some treats for the horsies.
Okay, go ahead and drop up to anywhere from 1 silver to 2 gold, depending on how fancy you get with that.
I'll go for 2 gold.
Okay.
So, 9,
Mert the
7.
Money Lender. Mert's had a reputation. In particular, he is a He was a Lord of Waterdeep in both the mid 14th century and returned to the job a century and a half later, in relatively recent times. He's human. There's no way in hell he should have lived that long unaided. And he disappeared for on the order of 140 years. So, yeah, there's mysteries about this fellow. Among those mysteries is how the heck he can eat that much food. He has his table piled up to Lita inverse tier by the time he actually notices your group is here.
Oh.
Ah!
Have-
Hello! Good evening, friends! I hope you're having a pleasant time in this fine establishment. I see. I've always told you that no one knows how to fry mushrooms like a bar run with drow assistants. He politely bows to the Desponas. Well, he's seated, so it's kind of an awkward half-bow thing. My name is Mert. Perhaps you've heard of me. Zephiel. All that I just told you, no roll required. Anyone else, your choice to either have no damn clue about Waterdeep, already know, or give me a intelligence check to have to recognize his name from the local papers and such. Your choice.
I'm going to roll intelligence, but I think I get advantage on that due to my class skill.
Nope, that probably was the right one.
It would have been an intelligence check, not a save, but the numbers would be equivalent. You're set.
Okay.
Yeah. Basically, all of you know Mert, and probably know Mert, and yeah, his reputation precedes him. On the bright side, he is very much the sort to keep himself clean and non-stencherific, in spite of how much he has eaten. He has that certain well-waxed walrus mustache.
Yeah, yes.
Okay, I definitely know that one.
As it happens, he puts a hand on the table. Come around. I've been referenced to your little group. It's a bit of business for me to know as many adventurers who pass through Waterdeep as possible. And I've been advised that this is officially beneath my initial intended recruit's notice. No surprise, given that they've... Never mind. So, a group of yourselves look like the type who would be intrigued with a little bit of excitement and danger, chance of some additional funding. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, that's what we do.
Tell me, have you heard of Blue Alley?
That is a question for the DM.
Okay, so let's see, Zephiel.
Mm-hmm.
Here's what you know before Mert starts sharing anything. Blue Alley was constructed in Waterdeep. I actually have to look this up. Where's that search icon? It was built at least a century ago by a secretive, reclusive, and kind of dick of a mage. He built a literal dungeon in the middle of Waterdeep, and is brazen enough about this that there is a guest book in the opening chamber you are expected to sign to go in.
Gotta keep track of all the victims, huh?
He is this guy's notoriously kind of he's generally considered to be an evil mage, and generally it's suspected that he observes all those who enter Blue Alley and gambles with colleagues on the outcome of the adventures within. No, Mert doesn't know where, so robbing another casino is not in the cards. That said, a place is well known to be full of fabulous treasure, including an item that as Bird explains, was stolen from him recently. The
Oh.
Celestite unicorn. Secure that for me, and I will give you a reward worth approximately, and I will cover approximately thrice its street value. 300 gold for you to split. On top, of course, of the additional treasure that you could be finding within. This fellow is well known for for spending extra fees, always reloading it after every visitor. It's off Ivory Street, up in the C Ward, and the alley is, the cobblestones are glittering in blue. Again, this isn't a subtle fellow. Also, there is, as of 5 years ago, a very long disclaimer on the door you are expected to read before even going to the guest book.
Just raising an eyebrow, like, Can see why the others were so disinclined to accept this job. But I mean, it sounds like something Jamisha would love. All you had to say was treasure.
Heard that.
I'm just gonna go back to drinking.
Alright. Okay. So, Zephiel, the additional rumors you've heard about the place. Only fools would enter such a dangerous place without a good reason. There's apparently there's rumors of a powerful magical shield within. There is a golden door that holds the greatest treasure of the place. And apparently one of the chests is visibly made of glass and is ready to explode.
Ooh. Exploding chest.
So that
exploding
could be
chest.
either a job for Clayton or for one of us with detect magic. Got it.
Or a combination of efforts.
Or a combination.
So, it sounds to me like you're intent on diving into this. It's your opportune.
I
With
mean,
that said,
I plead the fifth. But I'm sure that I'm gonna get dragged into it anyway. I'm not letting them go by themselves. They need someone to mom them.
well, then, Lady Arathalia, if you'd check, please. I would also cover their meals for the evening.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, thanks.
Best of luck to you.
So if I could ask a little bit, about this item that was stolen from you. I'm sure we'll probably know it when we see it, but what should we expect?
The Celestite unicorn is basically exactly what it sounds like. It's a very large gem shaped like a unicorn. You know?
Okay.
Let's see, double checking. Interestingly, it's actually a statue of a unicorn.
About how big?
I'm having to look that up quickly. My apologies.
I am a
I would
thorough
imagine
bitch.
probably similar to the keystone from the first adventure. Otherwise, that's a hell of a robbery.
Yeah, it would be a hell of a robbery. I would think it would be pretty small too, but you gotta make sure. But I mean, there's also gotta be some reason why it was stolen.
There's always a reason. They probably don't want us to know the real one.
Fair enough.
Alright.
But if I could
It's a
prevent
3-foot tall statue, so this thing's pretty godpiece heavy.
Yeah, it's pretty big.
Yeah. Looks like I'll be hauling that.
Hey, if you can handle that.
Yeah.
I've only got so much upper arm strength.
Mhm.
Okay.
Well, for the record, Clayton and Ari, you both recognize that, yeah, Mert looks like he knows that particularly fancy looking sword on his belt is not just for show.
Oh.
So he knows how to use it.
He knows how to use it. Why he's
Nice.
invoking your aid on this job when it looks like he might be able to pay up some more expensive adventurers is an interesting question. But then again, he did say that he makes it his business to know as many adventuring groups as are in the city as possible. And given the rumors about, the staff of the Dark Dancer, yeah, it's very obvious that the staff knew to have seen him here before.
Mm-hmm.
So, with that said, he did not provide a time frame or similar. Did provide a couple of places that he usually regularly visits for you to visit him and arrange the return of the prize should you get your hands on it. And he has and with that he is off. Will you guys opt to immediately head into Blue Alley so we can start the dungeon tonight, or do you have special preparations you wish to make? Keep in mind,
Cactus says half an hour of research. Or midnight.
Yeah. I think Zeph is gonna be on the more let's get prepared side.
Oh yeah.
Let's
all right.
get down
Let's
to
see what we can
business.
let's gather what information we can about this place and
The heist.
The problem that you find very quickly is a lot of what you hear about the place is contradicting.
Mhm.
And it becomes pretty obvious that this particular wizard is the sort to modify the dungeon based on who signs the guest book. That's your best guess, at least. This guy doesn't want to make it doesn't want to guarantee you're going to lose, but it's also not easy. Also, you discover that the place also has a reputation as a tourist trap with a little more emphasis than usual on the word trap.
Oh, I'm sure. So will they allow us to all go in as a team?
Yes.
Or okay, yeah.
Okay.
I figured as much because that was my worry was based on who signs the guest book. Well, if we're each signing the guest book, are we facing them as a team or are we facing them solo? That is a concern.
I think one person should sign it for the group,
Mhm.
and we need to decide this because Midnight is kind of side-eyeing the idea of signing in.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Clayton will happily sign, but he's going to be pretty sure that if we don't all sign, there's going to be some shenanigans.
Hmm.
Any noteworthy survivors? Yes, that's a good question. We should also definitely read that disclaimer. As much as long as it is, we gotta know what
Yeah.
what they don't want to take responsibility for.
Yeah.
Does said wizard take offense to property damage?
Okay. All right. Jay, give me a charisma check to see the quality of information you get your hands on.
And just bearing in mind that as a class feature, he does have rumor monger, so it's not an advantage check, but it's a little better than.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna drop drop the DC something fierce for your.
That's not bad.
Okay. So, first thing you're aware of is that noteworthy survivors. There have actually been quite a few groups that have come out with additional wealth acquired. We're talking many and come out on the order of hundreds of gold richer, but also quite a few groups are were sent out in pine boxes, so to speak. Is the exact language that was deployed. If you ask, try to figure out if the wizard would take offense to property damage, you get some. You get a boisterous laugh. Good luck. This guy, it is apparently become well known that Blue Alley is specifically reinforced against people trying to pull specific kinds of clever shit like that. So,
Maybe. Maybe.
It-
You may
it-
outsmart me. I have yet to see a man who can outsmart Bullet.
yeah,
Fun.
basically, there's no clear answer if he would take offense or not because no one's yet succeeded in causing damage as far as the people asking no.
And what about the survivors? Like,
Oh, there were quite a few, so...
Oh.
But
Yeah.
not enough to say that this is going to be a walk in the park.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And notably, some of the adventurers who went in and came out quite roughed up were higher level than you. But at the same time, you also had a bunch of drunk tourists go in and come out with 50 gold and apparently engraved beer signs saying, "I went into Blue Alley and all I got was this stupid beer sign."
I mean, I'll take it. I'll take it, man.
Again, this guy seems to be the type to be leaning towards what's funny. Oh, and by the way, for those of you who might know about the Canon Blue Alley, do keep in mind I pulled out an extra book or two.
Oh, boy. Well, you're lucky for you. I know nothing.
Blue Alley's a recurring is a classic adventure. It's had a few runs over the years, just for clarity.
Sounds like fun.
So,
Well, as long as we're not at risk of death.
Oh, we're definitely at risk of death.
Oh, you are at risk of death.
I think
The
we're
question
always
very
at
much
risk of death.
Provoke it. Which is
Okay.
what Braden wants you all to sign the damn book. If you're gonna try and survive, you don't want to pull one over on a high level wizard. Unless you know you're gonna succeed.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
He will
And you
say-
don't know how high level this guy is. It's generally understood that he is probably not he's not Hallister. It is apparently known that he is not Hallister Blackcloak because that was written on the disclaimer. And apparently the responsible wizard, while not identified, has been successfully sued in the Waterdamian civil court to by no less than Hallister Blackcloak for claiming to be him.
Womp womp.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start writing
Look,
a song about
Hallister-
this.
Yeah. Hallister has a reputation to maintain, and that reputation is for a much more dangerous dungeon than Blue Alley.
So I
So-
also had a question, or Ari had a question.
Oh, lickety, okalipity, dokalipity. Does it have to be your government name? That gets you a head tilt. No one's sure.
I mean, he probably doesn't phrase it like that. He says, "Does it have to be your real name?" But you know what I mean.
You still get the head tilt. Nobody's sure. Okay, you're gonna need to scroll quite a ways south, because this dungeon's actually surprisingly large. And I have
that is.
to.
Oh dear.
But yes, just as an FYI, Clayton is at least taking the night to prepare some party favors.
What
Uh,
happened to our days off?
No, this is at the end of the days off.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is after the 10-day. If you have
Jim,
more things, I didn't
Jim wanted
realize.
to roleplay.
What? We just skipped the whole 10-day?
Well, I was trying to go for the abstraction. I wasn't sure how much detail to put in. If we want to do some extra scenes during it, I'm okay with this. I'm sorry. I did not realize that was your intention. I'm sorry.
That's why I told Ari to put a pin in it so we can have the actual conversation. And I wanted to actually. It's fine. Whatever.
Yeah, if you want. Yeah, let's. All right. My apologies. Let's rewind and add some scenes. That will probably mean that that these extra scenes will conclude the adventure. So I'm going to rewind us back. My sincerest apologies for misunderstanding.
Okay, you two.
All right. So
I don't know which day this is taking place on. Probably after one of their performances.
Hmm.
all right. Let's see.
Yeah.
Sitting in-
Zephiel's there all 10 days.
They're sitting in the tavern after.
All right. Let me.
I need to sing. I need to figure out some unfitting music to sing.
Freebird!
Get
Okay.
out!
I'm going to say that this performance had you at the Dragon's Head Tavern on Waterdeep Way in the Castle Ward.
Do you want to say Meaton is there too, since she's bar hopping?
Yeah, I'm going to make that Meatney's choice to make.
Okay.
Don't know if
But this is the Castle
Jack is
Ward.
here.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just
Brain.
is this late in the week? Because that's when she'd be up to people again.
Let's assume later in the week.
Yeah.
Later in the week.
Yeah, I figured it wouldn't be immediately at the beginning of the week, the break.
Yeah, Mitney's vibing. Mitney's like, I'm here, but I'm not part of your party, if that makes sense.
I'm here. I'm getting drunk.
It just happened to be one of the days that she was bar hopping at this one was one of the days that happened to be bar hopping and decided to play at this one.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So it was just the luck of the draw.
Yep. Nah, I've probably finished my performance, and I'm probably sitting, probably not within earshot. Just, going and getting something to drink. Tough crowd.
Alright, so yeah. Oh my god, my brain today. I mean, it's my brain every night, but still. Misha, yes, the question was, what do you think of Zev?
Silence and staring for a good beat before. In what way?
I just, in any way, I mean, we're all kind of new to each other here.
Clay just roll his eyes, get up, elbow Ari once, and go to the bar.
Rude.
You got this, Jim. He's asking you.
I'm fine. I'm just give me a minute. Am I going? Well, Zeph is particularly deadpan for a bard, which is kind of unusual.
Zeph can put on a show.
Makes them rather
Yes.
unique, though, don't you think?
Yeah. I mean, they're very good at what they do. They're pretty.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah.
What they seem nice-ish sometimes.
I would say nicer than I was originally expecting. Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, Ari, you've hung out with Jeff more than I have. I mean, I'm here to show my support, but you know,
S-
Zeph
support,
doesn't.
support for what?
I don't know. I'm here to cheer them on. You know, clap for them and stuff.
Oh, supporting them. Never mind.
What did you think I was talking about? I
Nothing.
think.
Just gonna start drinking really quickly. Just
Like going, if you drink that much, you're gonna fall on the floor.
I'm fine. I've got a pretty good constitution. I'm not just.
I'm good. Okay, that's the moment Clayton starts coughing, Jim's gonna look over her shoulder at Clayton and says, "Get me something to drink." She's gonna turn back to Zeph, then turn back around and like something fruity, and then go back. Like what?
Zeph is just kind of looking over there at all the commotion, like, what the hell?
Glaring to Clayton, like not directly glaring at him, like not fully head turned, just sort of like peripheral glaring. But he's just like, I'm not some backwater bumpkin that can't hold their fucking alcohol.
Jem leans over and grabs Ari's hair and tugs at it very gently. Tug, tug, tug.
Yes.
Like leans in real close.
Yes.
Do you like that?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, that's a yes. And then leans back and lets go of hair.
Am I really that obvious?
Like, well, you denied it, so yeah. Like, Gordon, there's two ways to deny it. You did it the very obvious, yes, I am with.
Yeah, I mean, I've never been much of an actor.
Yeah. I don't know where you would have been without Seth at your side. You're really bad at it.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
I mean, you said it. I'm just agreeing with you. I mean, I'm not a good actor. That's why I stay in the shadows and climb the walls.
I was hoping for, well, I mean, I suppose in a way you are giving me a vote of confidence, but not the way I was expecting.
I mean, if you like Zeph, despite how Zeph is, because Zeph is a whole thing. I mean, I'd like to get to know Zeph better, but so far I can't get past deadpan and sarcastic. So,
get used to it.
I suppose I've gotten a little bit more than that.
Well, Jem shrugs, going, "That's all I've got." I've talked more to Clayton than anybody else here, and mostly because of the last job.
Because you were pretending to be a flirty bartender waitress.
Yes, and he was being god awful.
He was. He's very good at that.
But I knew it was an act because he knows I'd kill him if he did it for real.
That's very true. He does know that. I don't know. Maybe I'm getting my hopes up. Maybe it's weird for me to be attached to it already, but the whole work husband thing.
So cute.
Oh, jeez. I'm just gonna drink more and pretend my face isn't red.
That's okay. It's normal to find love when you're in a group.
Is it?
Yeah. I've seen it all the time.
I guess I'm just used to. Well,
I guess it depends on the group.
We've been any groups we've been around haven't stuck around very long, but we've got 2 heists under our belt. The last one was a pretty big deal, and I guess no one is really going anywhere.
I don't know. I like you people, but I've never done anything in a group before. I was pretty much a solo act. And to be honest, I don't want to join the Thieves Guild because they tell me what to do, and I don't want to listen to people tell me what to do.
Except
it's a good
us.
thing they. Well, I mean, sort of. It feels more like a group effort with this crew that, missions coming, and like they tell us what to do. Yeah, with the vault, like here's the job that needs to get done. But I don't know, it doesn't leave a bad taste in your mouth the way the Thieves Guild will probably leave a bad taste in your mouth.
I guess that makes sense.
Because I don't see them as being very nice to each other or having camaraderie.
Clayton. Just.
What is Clayton doing?
I am
I'm
more
going
concerned
to look at
about-
my thing.
I'm more concerned about the bottles that he just brought over.
Oh.
Look.
How
Oh, thank
strong
God
is
she
that
can't
shit,
hear
man?
him. Let's
Look,
just table with Gem
You're
Streak and a
gonna
shot of something
sass him,
labeled.
he's gonna sass you.
You sure you two aren't married?
They might
Oh my God. Well, you are not there, Zeph. You cannot say that.
be. No.
No, I mean,
Totally out of
I mean, no, we might be, but that's not for you to know because you're not there. So,
I mean, I'm there, just probably not within earshot.
Just
exactly. So
over
you
on the
can't
stage.
say anything
There is within
At
earshot,
this-
yeah.
at this very moment.
Hey, Rico.
All you can see is Gem leaning very close to Ari. Eyebrow
And-
winkle.
And Ari being very red-faced.
And
very
blushy.
And blushy. Very obviously red-faced because he is very pale. Not as
Zeph
pale.
might get the wrong idea at this point.
Yeah, that's the goal. Come over and interrupt us.
I mean,
Well-
Zeph's not that determined yet.
Well, before Zeph does come over,
Oh. If Zeph comes over, Zeph hasn't decided if he's coming over yet.
is Mitney, our Mitney, and is Archivist there?
No.
Oh, okay.
No,
Archivist is still in the library.
Archivist does not tend to drink.
Sure. Is Mitney there? Like in
Yes.
the
Oh,
group?
yeah.
Okay.
Well,
She's not in the group. She's at another
She's sitting
table.
a table over.
She's sitting at a table over, just chilling.
Is she in
Or
earshot?
like, there's an empty bar stool between you guys and her, or something like that.
Something like that. Is that an earshot? Like, have you been able to hear this conversation?
They may grumble something about how it's hard not to be following this conversation.
Jem's gonna take her shot right about now.
Ari will just look up and be like, Mitney, I know you've been listening. You want to weigh in? You're too copper.
Clayton's just gonna
You'll-
sit down and say,
You'll
"This
have
is
to
not
remind
going
me
to
at
help."
what was going on before the it's hard not to form a relationship when you're in a large group. That's where I started having attention issues.
Okay. So it was Ari's basic question was just, what do you think of Zeph? Which eventually did devolve into,
Okay.
you like them. And Ari, of course, tried to deny it, which didn't work. So he basically was like, all right, fine, yes, maybe I'm getting my hopes up because of the work husband thing. But this is kind of the first time I've had anybody pay attention to me beyond just being Clayton's assistant and brother.
So
I'm pretty sure
is
it's a big
Mitney
deal.
supposed to weigh in on the relationships or on the girl?
Anything that may catch your fancy on this
Anything.
conversation.
It's a what do you think of Zeph or what do you think of relationships question. Like he's kind of just
Mitney
posing it
is-
as a what is your 2 cents here?
Mitney says y'all are goddamn children now.
I think yes.
You know what?
That's cinnamon.
Mitney says that, and Jem's like, yeah, no, that's true.
Yeah.
You're all kids. That's what her 2 cents is. You're all babies.
Baby.
It's like going,
Oh come on. What are you Are you jaded from past relationships? Like, is there a story here, or do we have to unlock that?
Put his hand in his head in his hand and say, "Don't ask the dwarf how old they are."
I'm not asking age. I'm asking details.
Mitney offers. Is your interest in the girl going to cause problems for future jobs? Because if you could be friends, and that can cause problems. You can hate each other, and that can cause problems. But you can be friends, and everything goes smoothly until it don't. So it's like, do you like her in the professional thing, and can you keep it professional thing? Or do you like her and it's going to be, yeah, okay, I'm losing the train of thought. But you get the vibe.
Look, you've been great, Brittany. I'm glad you got this far.
My only concern, if for future jobs, would be if something happened to them. I might not have a clear head if that happened. But that's a very big if.
Well, you two kind of pair up together anyway, so anything that could possibly happen to Zeph will happen to you too. So
Yeah.
no harm,
Yeah.
no foul.
It's like,
No harm, no foul.
tips the shot toward that.
There you go.
They point, is it a different kind of, it might not go well for the job if anything happens to her than if it would happen to Clayton.
I mean, I was still pretty upset when Clayton almost died on us.
Yeah, but that's just because he was stupid.
I have faith in my party.
I'm glad you have faith in us. I don't
Like,
have
I
faith.
looks over at Clayton and I'm like, well, you just lucky I managed to control a giant minotaur that could carry your ass.
Look, you want this drink I brought you or not?
I already drank it. I don't know what you're talking about. I already took my shot.
Alright, Zeph's curiosity is getting the best of him. They're gonna come on over and just be like, what you guys chatting about?
Jem is going to look at Zeph with a giant smile and say, booze.
Boost.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that.
I'm like going, wiggles my empty cup at Clayton.
I've got some too.
I bought you one, and that was politeness. You're paying for your own after this.
No, it's not like we don't have the money for it.
Look, I'll pay for one for Jem just because Jem entertained my questions about booze.
Your boozy question?
My boozy questions. Not about anything else.
No, I get it. It's drunk questions hour.
I did have a
Yes,
question
and Ari
for you,
is
Zeph.
very trash.
I'm not that.
Shut up and go get me a drink.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Zeph's just like, I get the distinct feeling I'm not in on the joke, but whatever. They don't say that out loud. They're just kind of thinking it.
I'm like going, well.
Just that look of okay, smile and nod.
Okay, I'm just gonna drink my own booze now.
Are you sticking around? Because while Ari's away at the bar, I might lean over and ask
Yeah,
Zeph a question.
Yes.
Zeph made the effort to come on over here. Why not?
So once Ari is out of earshot, Jem is going to lean over to Zeph and say, "So, how serious you are about the work husband joke?"
We just kind of work together a lot.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
Clayton suppresses an internal cringe.
Oh no.
Midnight is just sipping drink and pretending not to be part of the conversation.
Because, like, even if Zeph has any inkling of feelings, they're gonna not come out with it right away for sure. So, I mean,
Yes.
right now they're just kind of like playing it off.
Like when we work well together.
Again,
We're going,
Midnight
you
said,
do
"You're
really,
all
really well.
children."
That's fine, Meatney. We all know we're children. Let the kids have fun.
Clayton's just gonna roll his eyes and go over to Mitney. I'm drinking with you. This is a little more intelligent over here.
What the heck? Now my feelings are hurt. Now my
Aw.
feelings are hurt.
You hurt Jamesha's feelings. You should apologize.
Clayton doesn't care. Anyway,
Clayton cares, but Jamisha is also a few shots in.
that's true. Just the 2 going on 3.
Going on
I
3.
want to know how Clayton is the one drinking on the same level as Mitney over here.
Well, that
Very
makes
carefully.
sense.
Practice.
Very
That
carefully.
I don't ever drink with company.
It's kind of a first for
just-
me too.
Like, it's kind of nice to have people around.
It's like
Usually by
even-
myself.
I usually do solo acts anymore. I used to perform with a troupe, but I didn't even really join them in the after parties. Too
Aw.
much people.
Too many people? Do you get overwhelmed by lots of people?
I'm not really a people person.
Then why are you a bard?
I'm good at acting and singing. But you see why I have to save the emotion for the stage.
Yeah, but I guess my curiosity is that why do something that makes you uncomfortable? Why not just have singing and acting and performing, or at least playing music, as a side gig, and then do something that
I
would
think
be
it
more
doesn't make
conducive to your comfort?
it's like it doesn't make me uncomfortable to perform in front of people. I can separate that from my personal social life.
Oh, it doesn't get lonely?
That's the acting part of it.
I mean, kind of used to it.
Oh, it got really lonely for me.
Can see why this appeals to you then.
Yeah. Well, as a kid, there was always the community, right? But, we're kind of isolated because we're tieflings. So we were kind of ostracized. And then my folks almost pretty much lost the house. And then I took the stealing to get our house back. So,
Did you get the house back?
yeah.
Awesome.
Just took a while. And the community kind of helped take care of us while we were, pretty much kicked out. So,
No, I'm
I know
glad you
how-
had that.
yeah, it was really nice. So when I kind of went out on my own, I didn't realize how much I missed it until I started to really miss it. And
Yeah, I would do it.
so I kind of like this.
I'm glad you do. And I'll get used to it. I'm just not used to being around people unless I'm, acting on stage with them, but I
And
can
it's-
get used to it.
Okay. Well, you seem to get along, like, absolutely great with Ari. Like
Yeah.
gunpowder and fire, as Clayton would say.
So we're an explosion.
Yes. Thumbs up.
I don't understand the analogy, but I'll take it as a good thing.
I'm not good with analogies.
It's fine.
I'm not the bard.
See, it's not your job to be.
There you go. See? Excellent. If I actually got Zeph to giggle, I will call that a win.
You get a smile.
Yay!
Yay!
You get an amused smile.
Success.
Yay! Success! Victory
I mean,
pose!
Zeph likes you. You're cool.
Okay. I'm going, well, what?
Zeph also hasn't really had. Okay, so out of character, Zeph hasn't really had friends their age. So
Relationship rank up.
you relationship rank up, but you haven't unlocked my tragic backstory yet.
Oh, the link, rank 1.
You
Well-
must be a higher friendship level to unlock that.
That's totally fine. Jamish doesn't care. The one thing, one thing that Jamisha wanted to tell Zeph was, well, if Ari's the work husband, then which one are you?
I don't know. I guess work spouse.
The work spouse?
I mean, because I'm not. I don't know.
You're not either. I know that.
Not really identifying as either here. So I guess work spouse, but I mean, Ari is. very clearly identifying as a man, unless I have something wrong.
No, you are correct.
There, so we're
Oh,
husband.
did Ari return?
Oh, I was gonna say, well,
You
I
can
wasn't-
return at this point. I already
Yeah.
asked my danger question.
okay. Yep. Last I looked down my pants, still felt the same as I did yesterday. Why did I say that out loud? Here's your drink. I'm gonna go over here.
Okay,
That's the moment where Jem gets up, pushes Ari into the seat she was occupying, and goes sits with me. Clayton. She's like, no, I have nothing now. Now that was said out loud, I'm done.
I think you're better.
He might be a little more drunk than he wanted to admit.
I think you're better at driving people away than I am.
Yeah.
Might
be. Fuck you, Clayton. Just
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, you're cool, fuck you.
exactly. Yeah. Okay, out of character, Leia.
Yes.
I'm assuming this isn't something that's going to move forward immediately.
Oh no, not immediately.
Okay, so yeah.
Zeph is still very socially. Why am I peopling? But also is kind of starting to enjoy the people that they're with, so doesn't mind as much.
Okay. Okay, because I don't think Ari would say anything, especially because right now, again, he's very drunk and he literally just talked about his penis. So,
Believe me, you're not the first guy I've heard talk about that, and you will not be the last.
Mm-hmm.
I apologize. Yeah.
It's okay.
Foot
You've
mouth.
had booze.
I've had booze, and booze. It gives me a little syndrome called foot and mouth.
That's impressive.
Clayton's just gonna look over his shoulder and say, more like hoof in mouth.
Fuck you.
Huh, didn't know he was part horse.
I'm not. The only horses here are Buddy and Holly that probably should stay that way.
Yeah. Got enough horses here.
Buddy's
Let's
a
Buddy
good
and
horse,
Holly
though.
get it on, and then we have a baby.
I mean, unless they do start breeding. That is a good point.
Look, we're taking good care of them. What they get doing their off time is no business. of ours.
oh. Tybalt has the
Tybalt.
crunchy toy.
Tybalt has the cat toy.
Yep.
Continue on, my son.
So at least one of the nights in the tavern is spent with almost everybody and is very interesting.
I'm wondering if any of them have actually picked up that on because Zeph is half elf with drow ancestry. But
no one
most
would
of
have picked up on the drow just because they're
no, yeah, but they're also albino, so like rare albino.
Yeah.
So
So
no
it's
one would
like-
have caught on the. No one would have caught that. But no
I
one
mean,
would have.
maybe the other drow in the bar, but I mean, but none of the
Yeah.
none of the immediate group. But
Yeah.
No.
Zeph doesn't often wear their hair up. So I feel like
pointy
after
ears?
this, they might have their hair in like a small ponytail, just because it's really hot. So if anybody wants to comment on, hey, you actually have some pointy ass ears. I mean, they're tiny pointy ears because it's half elf, but
They're such a cutie patootie.
Cute. Adorable. Yes.
it's orbs.
Ari's just human. I think they're having a bit of a. They're having an interesting discussion over there.
just
Very
I-
quietly, having a very quiet discussion because we don't want to interrupt meetness.
Zeph is just looking over at the two of them. Is just gonna, lean over to Ari and be like, "You sure they're not work married?"
I'm not gonna be the one to say anything to either of them.
I'll say it.
Oh
I'd
dear.
love to see Clayton's reaction to that.
Clayton is a friggin' adult.
Not according to Mitney.
No.
According
You
to
are a
Mitney-
child.
According to Mitney, we're all children. All of us.
Yeah. That includes you, dear.
Yeah.
Don't talk to the dwarf about age.
Again,
Yes,
was
there you
not
go,
a-
surrounded by children.
was not asking specifics. I'm smarter than that. There may have been past incidents where I wasn't smart about it.
But you learned from them.
I learned from that moment.
DM
you're
is
supposed-
AFK a quick minute.
Okay.
Honestly, Jem's most confusion is like, why did
Still
Ari ask
listening, yeah.
me? Does something about me look like I have any idea what a relationship is?
Because asking Clayton is a stupid idea. Asking Mitney would get probably the same reaction that we got. And Archivist isn't here, so that kind of narrows my options.
Stupid
But also-
ignorant, your own brother.
Which is exactly why I don't ask you, because I'm not looking to deal to deal with vicious mockery damage tonight.
It's gonna happen anyway.
You can forget
How
it
am
coming from
I
Zeph.
the one that gets blown up, and you're the one that takes vicious mockery damage?
Because that's
Hey, I mean, Jem just said that we were an explosion, Ari. So I mean,
eh.
so
But
we got
also-
along like
but also,
gunpowder
Jem-
and fire.
but also just in general of the group so far, aside from Zev, Jem has been the most friendly towards Ari.
Jem has been the most friendly towards everybody.
Towards
Yeah.
well, yes. But
Jem,
does that
Jem
answer your
hugged
question?
Archivist.
Does that answer your question though?
Okay, but
Yes,
at
it
one
does.
point, I imagine all the youngins of the group are gonna be like, "Team mom, team mom, team mom," to Mitney.
Oh no!
Mitney,
I'm down, by the way.
That's what
Team
you
Archivist,
mom,
why
team
are
mom.
you? Archivist, why are you chanting? It's a very catchy chant. Team mom. One more chant, and we're not stopping at the tavern. Aww.
Zeph and Archivist just high five because of the they them squad. Non-binaries, yes. So, like, how serious do you take this work spouse thing? Yes. That's all you need to know. Yes.
Yep. Yes.
Oh dear.
Yes. The ocean says yes.
Yes.
All right.
All right.
Is that all we wanted to do?
That was my main one. Yeah.
Anything
well
else?
then, yes. I wanted to update my gear before we started anything else, which is another reason why I was like going, oh, we skipped everything. I needed to upgrade gear.
Ink Duck AFK, so when
I'm back.
oh, you're
No,
back.
Ink's back.
Last I heard was AFK, and I probably missed your return.
Okay.
So I'd like to get my gear. But that can be done off camera.
Yep.
So now that we postponed the next bit, otherwise I'll freak out a little bit. I think the other thing, was since I wanted to spend time with everybody. I don't know. I guess it depends on other people what they want to do. I don't want to force anybody into an RP thing. I mean, I know I was going to spend some time with Archivist in the library, so I was probably
yeah.
going to just chill and read a book with Archivist or whatever, help Archivist with whatever they're doing. I know I was going to spend time with Meeting towards the end of the week. And I would probably go bother Clayton at the workshop. I wouldn't go in it. I'd just hang out outside and see if it explodes.
The answer is yes.
Just remember what we said. Watch Buddy.
And then, yeah, I'll watch Buddy. There we go. And Holly and pet them.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
say,
I mean,
stuff.
Well-
Zeph got some high-end treats for them, so I mean, they're definitely giving them treats throughout the 10 days.
Yeah, and I do know that there is one thing that I would like to do. This, besides getting my gear, would be maybe go to a show, because Jem would never have actually been to any kind
Go
of
to a
performance.
go to a show that wasn't Zeph's.
Yeah, like, well, not like watching a bard, but like a theater performance.
Theater. Okay, I'm gonna have to do some quick lookup or two. Fact check.
But that would be, those are my things. So if anybody wants to repeat any of that, that's fine.
I mean, Zeph would be up for going to a show with you.
Mhm.
So what you're saying, Jay, is that Jamisha would be more hanging out with Buddy and Holly than with Clayton during work.
I love
Yeah.
that the horses are Buddy and Holly. It makes me happy.
Yes.
Makes me happy too.
Talk to him, and he will try to respond. But you're mostly going to get nods. Yeah. No. Etc.
Well, I think after the first day of that, Jem would be like, going, I better catch him when he's not working, I guess.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah.
Oh
A
yeah.
couple
Even Ari would be like, "Look, this is nothing against you. He does this to everybody. He's just
Okay, I spent the day with Buddy and Holly instead.
there. You go. Yeah, just catch him when he's not working."
Buddy
Anyway.
and Holly like the attention.
Yes.
And you'll also learn that when Buddy's head whips up and he starts moving away, now is the time to follow.
Yep.
And it will happen.
Anyway, go ahead, Ink.
Okay, so looking at some of the theaters in the. All right, 3 of the big theaters in Waterdeep. The Pink Flute, a mixed-purpose theater. Red carpet, fancy wood mannequins. Its performances tend to be on the cheap end. Usually like a silver piece. These are ones that are accessible to the masses. Usually drawing a couple hundred, anywhere from 20 to a couple hundred of the auditoriums. Occupying the auditorium's 140 seats. Classic plays include Meet the Good Berries, about a large family of halfling criminals, and Kiss of the Lamia, a tragic play about a Prince of Mulholland who, after being badly pedestrian and charged by a Lamia, returned home to reconquer his kingdom. The Seven Masks Theater is a bit on the fancier end, in spite of being in the dock ward. But admittedly, while it does charge more, 5 silver, the owner, okay, hold on, this actually brings up something that I've declared non-canon to this campaign, so I actually have to quickly, run by a Min Changmin from Dongguk, far to the east. This one's theater is currently running a long production of a couple. God's piece. I'm having to improvise here. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Of a saga of a Dongguk saga of a hero who was born a second son of a noble and thus sought to produce a realm where one's noble title simply didn't matter as much.
Ooh.
And then if you're willing to get a little more expensive with the legendarily lavish productions, there is the Light Singer Theater. Typically quite expensive. We're talking like 10 gold a ticket plus. But these, as a service to the city, most productions here have a weekly matinee. This This place was originally built centuries ago under Open Lord Gygax, but was not completed until the reign of Open Lord Greenwood decades later. Yeah, this source went there.
Sure did.
That's fantastic. Anyone up for a matinee?
Sure.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Sure.
The matinee performances are a single shard, silver. So
We can afford that.
Heck
Yeah.
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 they're normally, those are normally run as a bit of a service to the city, and the location is popular for people of certain attending sorts, shall we say.
Does that mean we have to dress up?
How many silver is it per gold piece again?
10.
Uh,
Okay.
Roughly.
um,
As a complete aside, we do not want to get into the exchange rates of gold, silver, copper, etc.
No.
I had an entire campaign derailed because of this, because we destabilized the economy.
Whoops.
I
Is
see.
it anything like getting together a goblin rebellion?
Actually, bloodier. When gold loses value, it's never pretty.
No, it's not.
No.
Definitely isn't. I know history.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
the production of the week is a production intended for a variety of families. It's definitely on the goofier end, being the saga of the drop owlbear.
Oh, I'm so glad we're going to this matinee.
Oh my god.
And I'm so glad Archivist is on board for this. Great. It's exciting time.
A tale of
Owlbear from the
adventurers.
top rope.
Yeah, owlbear from the top. It wasn't what I was going for, but it completely fits.
I love this.
How could you not think we were gonna think of that? It was a huge deal.
The legends from a land far south and far east. The koala owlbear, as is commonly known, is smaller than many, regularly climbing in its beloved trees of spiky leaves or bamboo, and famous not for falling to attack adventurers, but eating so much food they just kind of fall asleep and go flop. The tale turns rather aggressively hilarious when the poor travelers, by which I mean very rich idiots, attempted to gently put the koala owlbear back, at which point it started to attack. Small they may be, but vicious as any owlbear you see.
Owlbear from the top rope.
Love it.
Never return the owlbear to the top rope.
Koala
And a
owlbears,
lesson was learned that day.
Koala owlbears originate from the Hoot and Growl Owlbear lore book by Baby Bessie. Look, I got my copy literally today. I had to kind of chance to fit a joke in from it.
Amazing.
Koala owlbear. Suffice it to say, the other productions of the day are similarly light on the light fare end of things, but notably features some impressive lighting work. This is sometimes these matinees are more a generous service to the city, Other times, they are basically the owners flexing. If any of you bothers to use detect magic, first off, you might get a glare from the ushers. Second off, holy shit, they are using a lot. Continual flame spells is the core of increasingly advanced lighting, assisted with optics to create colored shades, illusions to quickly shift sets. Like they are going. This is absolutely the theater company flexing this day.
I mean, considering how many theater companies could barely make ends meet, if you've got the money to flex, I can't say
Flexing.
I blame you.
Yeah.
I'm pleased that we could all go together.
Uh-huh.
That's
Yes.
just lovely.
Yes. I don't know if I have.
I don't know if
magic.
Clayton went.
For a matinee, Clayton wouldn't go because he would be working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the
So
only one. I
be
couldn't
everybody
get.
but Clayton.
Everybody but Clayton.
And Buddy and Holly, because
They're not
really don't let horses into the audience.
Yeah.
Buddy is still working on the discrimination lawsuit, but again, the question is finding a lawyer that'll take it.
Yes, I'm sure Buddy is.
Uh-huh.
I love Buddy the horse.
Uh-huh.
It's going to be beautiful.
That was,
Buddy is an extremely important party member.
he really
Buddy
is.
and Holly are, both of them.
Mm-hmm.
It's true.
We love Buddy Holly in this house.
We do.
I especially do. I grew up on Buddy Holly music.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
You should definitely read soul music.
Yes.
You need to read soul music.
Yes, you do.
They have it for free on YouTube. Audiobook.
Mhm.
If you're interested, young Leia.
I might be. I definitely like. I like music history a lot.
Mm.
I took an entire freaking class on the Beatles.
I
am
approve.
prepared.
Very good.
Ooh.
I told my boyfriend when I was taking that class, yeah, so I have a class about the Beatles, and he's like, oh my god, I wish I could go, and I'm like, I know, right?
Phenomenal.
We've already decided we're definitely having Beatles music at our wedding. I mean,
I'm
we're having a
good.
lot of music, but like his dad was in a Beatles cover band, so especially the Beatles.
Oh, that's
Good.
lovely.
And I was like, and we're gonna have the Beach Boys. Sorry if your dad disapproves. And he's like, no, he does not disapprove at all. I'm like,
Excellent.
gotta have some Beach Boys, because I love me some Beach Boys.
I approve of all of this.
Hmm.
Okay. So off the clock for closes is the only other thing that I was discussing to do is to buy myself a couple of potions of animal speaking and talk to Buddy. Of course, I would also need to get the good treats of the 10 gold for the good treats.
Yeah, how much would a animal speaking potions be? Did BRB and I didn't hear it, or?
No, I'm having to look something up.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Sorry.
Let's see. Of course, there's no immediate standard for a potion of. Okay. Okay. Spell scroll of a typical first level spell will run you on the order of 50 gold. And speak with levels. The challenge. Okay, so it needs to be a. Of course, there's no. They're getting No. Thank you for your patience. I looked stuff up.
It's fine.
No worries, sweetie.
Okay, I'm going to say that to get it in a potion instead of as a spell scroll, one of them good for about 1 hour of long, ornate conversation would run you around 100 gold.
Oof.
Yeah, these ain't.
It's not a cheap spell.
Yeah, even it's a first level spell, but it's normally only available to bards, druids, and rangers.
I'll make a note to get that spell sometime.
Mm-hmm. Oh well, so much for my
for 'em.
so much for my plot.
Yeah, like that's not. Yeah,
They're not as available as they are in Baldur's Gate.
Damn.
Yeah, just let me know what your plans are, what questions you want to ask, and once I get that spell, it's on.
Well,
I mean, you can cast it on
these
them.
are I just
Oh, I can. That's right. I can cast it on someone else.
cool.
So I just need to get that ability, and then I can do it.
Next level goals.
Next level goals.
Next level goals.
Oh,
Okay.
I absolutely need that.
Unfortunately, Jamisha will just have to wait to get the rest of the tragic backstory TM.
I don't. Jamisha's like I don't know if I want the tragic backstory. I just want the deep. I want
Juicy deets.
I want the deep.
More.
Want the tea?
I want the tea. I want the tea. Real quick, Ink. I know you said it would be 20 gold 40 gold if you're by yourself for the week, but since it's going to be Zeph,
Gem, Ari, and Clayton.
Gem, Ari, Clayton, probably in 2 rooms. I don't think it would be.
yeah. You can drop. Yeah, I'll let you cover between the. Keep in mind that lifestyle expenses also for like your food and other
Yeah.
random sundry stuff. So you can drop it to 20.
Okay, so 20.
Also keep in mind that Zeph has like room and board and stuff paid for.
Oh, that's true.
Because as bird.
Okay, so 20
Tell you
gold.
the word about the word.
So 20 gold, and that's for the whole 10 day.
I
Yeah.
think so.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right, and then so I guess money wise, all that's left for me is the upgrades.
The gear.
Yeah, the gear upgrades. Okay, cool. I'm good. Anybody else want to do any roleplay thingies?
I think
I like
Zeph
getting
is.
to know my.
Yeah, I mean,
but
Zeph had a pretty
unfortunately,
good
I have
one.
to get up early tomorrow
Oh,
for
yeah.
a plane flight.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's a flight day. Yeah, let's.
Yep.
Yeah.
I will go look for somebody to raid then. But yeah, that was fun.
It was fun. I really enjoyed it.
Work,
Yeah.
You have been
hubby.
introduced.
Oh, sorry. I should have done this earlier. I didn't mean to wait for so long, but it's also, kind of hard to figure out a good place to slot something like this in. I do have a sponsorship. The Stream Element sponsorship for HelloFresh came back up, and I went ahead and opted into it. I'm not expecting anybody in my immediate friend group to buy anything, but if anybody is curious, there is a code, Chromatic Rain. I don't remember what the whole thing is. It's... I have it in my thing. Hang on. Where is my channel? Whoops.
There you go.
Pause that. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Oh, yeah, so there's the code. Or HelloFresh_Chromatic Rain. It is 10 free meals plus free breakfast for life, one breakfast item per box while subscription is active if you're in the US. Outside the US, local discounts will apply. And yeah, so if anybody wants to get on that for the next month, that would give me a little more extra money, which would be nice. I am going back to school at the end of this month, and I have mentioned on Twitter that my schedule will probably be at least a little bit shuffled around, but it's going to be all online. But I still would like, more than just what I'm getting back for going to school. So, thank you for listening to me attempt to ramble through a sponsorship. I have no idea what I'm doing.
This stream sponsored by
A
HelloFresh.
stream sponsored by
Mhm.
HelloFresh. Roleplay
This-
sponsored by HelloFresh.
Role plays.
Today's evening at the tavern was sponsored by HelloFresh.
Yeah, HelloFresh paid for our booze.
There we go.
Thanks, HelloFresh.
I'm probably just gonna drop it on Minty because it's easy. Don't have to worry about doing too much there. And yeah, I will be back on
Wednesday.
Wednesday, thank you. I will be back on Wednesday. I'm going to try to get my thing set up so that I can stream drawing.
Whoops.
So hopefully there will be art.
Art!
Art!
Ert.
But I will probably put myself in one of the group chats if anybody wants to hang out and chat while I'm working.
Yay, art.
Oh yeah.
Yes. And Friday we'll all be back to Dawn Trail. Leia continuing to vibrate in FF9.
I have my ticket to I Want to Be Your Canary. I don't even need to sneak in.
No,
Got me some front row seats, man. I've
I
been
mean-
ready for this.
we're kind of
Oh yeah.
exploding our way in, sort of.
Yes, we are. It's gonna be
I
great.
mean, have you
Doing the
seen?
exploding at the beginning instead of at the end of the play.
Yeah, it's true. The explosion happened at the end of the play in the actual game, but
Yeah.
we're gonna twist it up a little bit and do it at the beginning this time.
We're putting the games into a drink shaker and shaking it up.
Pyrotechnics.
And I believe Tess is streaming Tuesday and Thursday.
Yeah, I'm streaming tomorrow. It'll be Guild Wars 2.
Woo!
Yay!
Probably doing some leveling stuff, exploring in the areas of Secret of the Obscure, maybe doing story things. At this point, it's enough out of context that you guys probably will have no idea anyway what's going on.
Mhm.
So probably doing some of that, mostly to train up the sky scale. I can now shoot fireballs.
Woohoo!
It's very nice.
Nice.
It's really funny to spit fireballs at, like the spark flies with the mosquitoes. They're just kind of wondering about. It's like, you're annoying me. Fireball.
Goodbye.
And then Thursday I'll be playing Tales of Destiny because
Nice.
I finally got through the stupid part.
Yay!
Yeah.
And I believe that covers just about everybody.
I get to continue to smiley face at Tess.
Yes. Oh well, I mean Leia Friday with me, with the rest of us, and then weekend of Mass Effect. I believe you're continuing.
Space
yes?
weekend,
Space
yes,
weekend,
space
okay.
weekend.
Hey.
I'm still in the early bits of Mass Effect 3, so
Okay, so you're gonna be there for a bit.
I'm gonna be there for a bit, and from what I understand, Mass Effect 3 is longer than the other two, so
Yeah, there's a lot more to do.
You have finished about a third of the game, I would say.
yeah, that makes sense. And
Yeah,
basically, I'm still getting used to the game, honestly, because there's a lot of things that are very different from the first two.
Mm-hmm.
Like it generally plays the same, but
There's been steady kind of upgrades and also adjustments.
downgrades.
Downgrades.
There's some downgrades. I don't like the journal system in 3. It just it doesn't tell me what I need to do as much as the others did.
Yeah, and I also the running is better.
Yeah, I can actually sprint without, getting motion sick.
That's very good.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Always remember, according to Mass Effect 3, the most evil thing you can do as a member of Cerberus is break into someone's house, tap their phone lines, and then eat a bowl of cereal.
Dude, Cerberus didn't even allow the people at CSEC to stop to get their piss in. They just
I
gunned them
wish
down
I
in the
was-
bathroom.
I wish I was kidding about the cereal. That is actually Kai Lang's super evil.
Wow, he's so cheesy.
It's so dumb. I hate him so much.
I don't. You know what? Can't say I blame you. Can't say I blame you. I've only met the guy once, and I would like to shoot him in the head.
We
Which
were
I'm hoping.
accepted out of a cannon.
Yeah, just blast him out of a cannon. Sounds like fun. Sounds like a great time.
Fired out of a
He
cannon.
should be fired
Into the
out of a
sun.
cannon.
So real quick,
shoot him at a reaper.
Ink. So for when we do talk about it, whenever you have time, it doesn't have to be now because I also need to go to bed.
Yep.
But I'd like to update my leather armor. And I'd like to update my mace at the very least.
Okay, I will note that in 5e we're gonna have to look into options a little bit because 5e doesn't make plus X weapons super casually available. It's not third ed, but I will definitely poke with you about possibilities.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right, team.
Okay.
I'm
I
gonna
should
send people
get
over.
to bed.
Yep.
I just
you guys
need
go
to
bed.
update. I need to seriously update my armor class. That's basically the
Alright,
goal.
night, y'all. I gotta go bed.
Go bed.
Night.
Night.
I'm sending over the
Sleep
raid.
good.
Thank
Night,
you everyone
Darwin.
for joining, and have a good night. Gonna put on ending screen.